Okay, we're going to do a quick drive-by podcast here about presentation, okay? So we're going to touch on rejection, presentation, confidence, and some of the key things that all go in the soup of how you present yourself and consistency. Okay, let's talk about rejection a little bit. I was on an East Coast consulting trip, and a lot of people let rejection get to them significantly, and we want to discuss a little bit about that. You can't let that happen, and that's a mindset that you're going to have to just set and stand firm in. That it's not about you. So here are some quick tips that have to do with that. First of all, don't make it about you. It's about you presenting to the customer. You're there to serve the customer, okay? So you want to have a mindset of serving. You're there to help and serve the customer. And whether they say yes or no, is don't take that personal. Now, on the same token, your presentation, how you present to them, you take some responsibility. I'm going to give you some dialogue here that's going to sound counterintuitive, or it's going to sound like an oxymoron, okay? But it's more paradoxical. Okay, I'll stop getting fancy with the words. First, focused on what's best for them. You're there to serve the customer. So why may they want a monthly if you're out there presenting at the pay stations? Well, a lot of us focus on the monetary value. Well, you could pay $15 an hour coming for $25 a month. And believe it or not, while that is important and the pricing and the simplicity of the menu is important, not everybody wants a monthly because of that. Some people really want it because it's more convenient. It's easier. A woman doesn't have to go in her purse and pay for the wash every time. She could just click through with the sticker or with the plate. There's more flexible. If you guys are busy, they could come back later, or they can come later at night. They just don't have to worry about anything. They know they can come anytime. That has to do with the convenience factor. There's comfort in that, knowing they can come anytime. There's also security, knowing that it helps keep their car clean. And this all goes into the convenience factor. Convenience is a much bigger deal than many people want to talk about when presenting. So know you have a lot to give. Your offer is very good for the customer. You're really presenting them with something that's really going to help them out, and not just monetarily. And even more than that, we'll get into this in maybe another podcast, but there's a huge chemical component in the brain to the monthly plans and how it offers a sense of accomplishment when people go clean their cars and vacuum out their cars. This is a very habit-forming product. I'm saying all that to let you know you have a lot to offer the customer, so don't be afraid to offer it. Now, the reason I bring that up is you need to present with confidence and a smile and like you're there to serve and you're super happy they just pulled up. You were having the worst day ever, and a carload of puppies who saw you for the first time just pulled up. And they have pizza and they have ice cream, and it's a convertible, so it has this chest of $1 million in it. This car that just pulled up, this customer just pulled up, just made your day. I hope some of you are laughing. So yeah, what would it be like if a carload of puppies and $1 million in cakes just pulled up? You would be super happy, and that's how you have to present your customer. Big smile. You're very grateful for them to be here. Okay, so the reason I say that is what you present often is absorbed by them. So if you're grateful and you have a sense of gratitude when they pull up, they'll be way more likely to show you gratitude and be open to what you have to say, and they're way more likely to be happy as well. So understand that you are partially responsible, maybe even more than you think, for their attitude. I don't want to hear all of you complaining about the mean, angry customers. Yes, there are mean and angry customers. We'll talk about that in a second. But for the most part, how you present makes their day, and that in turn can help your day. So you're in control for the most part. Now, again, we're going to go to this little caveat, this little asterisk here. There are certain customers just angry, and no matter what you do, they're going to give you the sourpuss face. You can't let that stick to you, okay? It bounces off. Just let it bounce off because you're there to serve, and you can't let that get to you. Now, that may be a point for data. Maybe you're doing something a little wrong, so have some awareness, but a little bit of awareness shouldn't let you look down on yourselves. You're there to be consistent. That's the other point. Be super consistent. A lot of people have different sales goals. I prefer to coach on the goals of consistency. If you can get 100% of the customers out there a flyer that don't have a monthly already, and talk to 100% or 90% of the people that come through the pay stations, hey, did you know about this? Did you know over 60% of our customers are on this? That's a much more valid and worthy goal to your sales, because the sales will come around. It's more about getting your pitch out more consistently. It's not about rejection. Don't let the rejection get to you. It's just part of the game. You shouldn't be out there if you're letting it affect you. But I'm trying to tell you, don't let it affect you, A, and B, here's some tips on how not to let it affect you. Tied to this is judgment. Don't judge the cars. It's hilarious. I go to some of these sites, and especially the younger folk, but really everybody who hasn't been trained properly, they have a 89 Olds Cutlass come in, and they'll never buy a monthly. Actually, those people are more likely to buy a monthly than some of the more modern cars. That might be their only car, and they really care about it, or they're kind of into their car. Did you know that oftentimes lower income areas have a higher average than higher income areas in car washing? That's for multiple reasons. Won't get into that in this video, but they have higher averages. People with older cars or cars that you might consider junk will buy a monthly or buy the top wash or the top package. I was just at a wash training, and this young man was judging all kinds of people. Oh, they weren't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. First of all, get that right out of your head. You present to every customer, period. If not, you need to find another job or find another position. B, right after he was talking about that, a car came in with like peeling paint, and they clicked through because it had the top monthly. He would have judged that one, wouldn't he? Another thing you could do is focus on small wins. Think about it. You might have 40, 50, 60% of customers that are already on the monthly. All those people opted in. All of them were happy to be on the monthly and are happy to be on the monthly. And they have gratitude, although they don't know it, that someone presented it to them. Another thing to help you not worry about rejection is you want to present in a very aware manner that they're there to serve, but it doesn't matter to you if they take it or leave it. You want to take the pressure off. Anything related to my work is very low pressure. We don't ever want to pressure a customer. Why is that? Because this is subconscious sales, and this is a higher level of selling because we're selling on the subconscious level. Often it's simpler, but it's much different than other sales training out there because we are focused on the subconscious. We're focused on 90 to 95% of the decision-making of human beings. And when you lower the pressure, this is what most people are doing. Over 60% of our customers are on it, but there's no pressure to that dialogue. And it's almost like, I don't know why everybody's on it, but it seems to be a great deal. That's just one little tactic there. The point is, the lower the pressure, the more likely the customer is to opt in. When you empower a customer and they know they're in control, then they're more open to listen to you. They're more open to see what you have in your hand, what you're presenting, because they feel that they're in control. When they feel a little bit of pressure or salesy, slimy tactics, what do they do? The walls go up. That's all in my sales training. We're doing the opposite of walls. We're building bridges. We're taking the walls down. What does that have to do with this video? Trying to take the pressure off. If they say no, you go to the second part of the dialogue. Great. No problem. If you happen to change your mind after you go through to tell them, just come on back. I'll refund you your $15 and activate you at $25. People do that all the time. More than you think come back. And then more than you think come back in a week or two with that flyer in their hand and they opt in for the monthly. The point is, again, it's about consistency and being professional. Do not let the rejection get to you. This part of your job is to present to everyone. And something I don't talk about often, but I need to do a whole class on this at some point, is personal development and journaling. The more you understand and believe in yourself, the more you'll be able to present with confidence. What does that look like? I would start Googling and looking into personal affirmations, journaling, personal affirmations, positive affirmations. You want to start with things that are believable. In this context, maybe something like, the leadership hired me because they know I can do this job. And you just write that out dozens and dozens of times. Write out some wins you've had in life, some wins you've had in sales. Over half our customers are on this. Everybody wants to do this. And then as you start to believe in more, you could make it more personal. And the more you start to journal, the more you start to believe this, you could up your game. I'm a great salesperson. I've been doing a great job. I'm a great salesperson. I've been doing a great job. I'm the best salesperson at this location, and go on and on and on. Now, some of the folks watching this, they think that's voodoo. But let me tell you, subconscious sales exists for a reason. Myself, my clients have been extremely successful. And I have clients that have a quarter or half the traffic count, or my old wash I was at had 0 traffic count, and have numbers that blew the competition away. Because we, you, me, and all your customers are driven by the subconscious and emotion. That's why I bring this up. Okay, that's all for today's quick drive-by. Don't let rejection get to you. Here are some tips to overcome rejection and some things related to that. Please like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you. Puppies, ice cream, supermodels. I don't know. What would make you happy if a car pulled up? Comment below.